Hello and happy Wednesday, Facebook. My name is Lisa Carpenter and I'm a transformational life and nutrition coach. And today I wanted to talk about a topic that is near and dear to my heart. Pretty much every topic I talk about is near and dear to my heart. But 'tis the season of the fall blues. And this is something that impacts me pretty much every single year. And I wanted to dive into it a little bit and give you 6 or 7 tips to help you, excuse me, to help bring you out of the blues. Now, I'm living on the west coast of Canada in Vancouver, BC, and starting in about October, November, it starts to get pretty dark and gray here. So we've got much shorter days, a lot less light, and it really impacts a lot of people's moods. So a lot of people suffer from seasonal affective disorder. Now, with these tips, I am not poo-pooing. There are people out there with depression who really need medication for it. So this is not a discussion about whether or not you should or shouldn't be on medication. I have zero judgment when it comes to what it is you need to take care of you. If that means going on medication, so be it. For me personally, I know that my moods are impacted by the weather, and it is my responsibility every year to do what I can to manage my moods. And I have had some seasons where I've really sunk into a very deep funk that has been hard to pull myself out of. So I am very mindful of taking good care of me, especially when it starts to get darker. So let's talk about this. So I recognized that this was starting to happen to me the other day because all of a sudden my energy seemed to have tanked again. I was losing my focus, and I just kind of felt like I could feel that kind of mild depression coming back on. So those are indicators that you want to look for. If you're kind of just feeling like you're in a funk and your energy's not there, you're having a hard time getting out of bed in the morning, these could be some of the indicators. So for me, I get up early to go work out, and I make sure this time of year I really check in with my body and say, do I really need to get out of bed and work out, or do I need to actually get some more rest? And I've learned how to balance that out now, so I know the difference between needing more rest and just really not wanting to get out of bed, because there is a difference. So let's talk about some of the tips that you can use to help aid you as you go through this fall and winter season. And the first one, and I just alluded to it, is rest. You need to get rest. Sleep is non-negotiable on so many levels, and I've done live streams on this in the past in regards to adrenal fatigue and women really not getting enough rest, right? So they're getting that second wind in the evening. Instead of going to bed, they're staying up because they want to squeeze in that me time. But in the process, they're really destroying their health. So you should be getting between 7 and 8 hours of sleep. So this time of year, I am definitely in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And I'm sleeping through until usually about 5:15. So I'm trying to go to bed earlier and earlier because I know I want to be up early in the morning. You must get your rest. When you don't get enough rest, you end up lowering your immunity. It can cause weight gain. So most of the women I work with are trying to get away from gaining weight. And it can put you into what I refer to as HALT, which is hungry, angry, lonely, tired. So when we are tired, we are more prone to be triggered into eating foods that we don't want to eat, right? Our body thinks that we're hungry when in fact we're tired. So if at night you're walking around your kitchen, maybe what you need to do is go to bed instead of, having another snack, because chances are you need more rest. So make sure you're getting a lot of rest because it really helps with your moods. Nothing tanks our moods like being tired and run down, okay? Number 2, exercise. You got to move. So as much as I check in with my body in the morning to see what I really need, it is so important this time of year, and I am so hyper aware of it. It's okay for me to take a rest from my workouts, but I have to make sure that I am getting in consistent workouts every week. If I stop working out altogether, that is a guarantee that I'm going to sink my moods. When I have a great workout, I feel better. So today I slept in later. I went to the gym later, which is unusual for me, but I went because I knew that I needed to give my mood a boost. You don't have to kill yourself at the gym, but you do need to put in some effort. There does need to be some intensity there. You need to get out and move and do something that's good for you. And exercise can look a whole bunch of different ways. For me, I love going in and moving heavy stuff around the gym. For you, it may be finding an indoor squash court or going to play basketball or running around at the park with your kids. But make sure you are getting some form of physical activity 3 to 4 times a week. Okay, imperative on so many levels. Number 3, and of course this is going to be one of my favorites, are you eating high energy foods? Are you eating foods that are actually nourishing your body? Or are you putting a bunch of crap in your body that is going to make you feel run down and tired? Because those foods that you're craving, those comfort foods, they aren't going to boost your moods. They aren't going to elevate your energy. So if you're living on processed and refined carbohydrates, because 'tis the season, you are not going to feel your best. So this is a time of year you really want to be focusing on foods from the earth, right? Your healthy proteins, your healthy fats, your unrefined carbohydrates, food that is really going to nourish your body and nourish your soul. And the type of foods we put in our body directly impact our moods. There's certain foods I don't eat because they make me feel so crappy. So pay attention. This is one of the big fallouts from being in my EAT program is my clients start to understand how food is actually making them feel physically. And they can put 2 and 2 together so they can start to avoid the foods that really don't make them feel their best. So it's your choice, but look at, are you eating high energy foods or are you giving yourself refined foods that are really going to just, again, tank your energy? So as much as I cannot control when the sun sets and rises, I absolutely can control these pieces of my life. I can control what I'm putting in my body. I can control how much sleep I'm getting. I can control how often I'm getting exercise. We need to step into an empowered place instead of just being a victim to the winter blues, because there are lots of things that you can do. Okay, number 4, water. Drink water. Oh my goodness. This seems like the simplest, most basic things, but one of the biggest symptoms of dehydration is fatigue. So you're tired all the time, which doesn't help with your mood. You need to hydrate. So get out your water bottle. I'm sure there's somebody listening to this going, yes, water, why didn't I think of it? You will find that your energy levels rise as soon as you start drinking more water. And you don't need to carry around a giant jug. Like, just be conscious of the fact that you need to get some water in. So if every time you have a meal and you're eating between, whether it's 3 to 5 times a day, have a glass of water at every meal and you will be doing your body such a favor. You will definitely be elevating your moods. So water. Number 5, which is pretty straightforward, sunshine. Now, I just said it's pretty dark and gray here. So this time of year, I actually have, I think they're called sad lights. And you can Google them, you can buy them on Amazon, get a good quality one. But I literally have this giant light down in my kitchen that I turn on every morning while I'm making breakfast so that I can get what I need, because the sun is not out. Now, when the sun comes out, I'm like a plant. I'm totally outside. But in the interim, it is important that I actually get some of that light on me. So if you really struggle with your moods through the winter, I highly recommend investing in one of these lights. And what I'll do is when I get off this live stream, I will find out the make and model of mine and I will post it in the comments below so you can pick up your own. My kids, I think I'm trying to get a tan because it's so bright, but it does make a difference. So every single day, and I remember a client of mine saying that this time of year, they have a lamp that goes in the middle of the kitchen table and everybody eats breakfast around the sad lamp because her entire family struggles with moods this time of year. So take a look into that. Number 6. Is your glass half full or is your glass half empty? wherever your thoughts go is what is going to create your reality. So if you're constantly walking around saying you're tired and you feel horrible and basically your entire energy is negative all the time, nothing is going right, you are going to perpetuate that in your life. So really pay attention to the words coming out of your mouth, the thoughts that you're thinking, because again, you can flip that around. So I'm not saying it has to be sunshine and roses and unicorns every day. Like yesterday was not a great day in my world. So I gave myself what I needed. I took some downtime. I reached out to some friends. I talked about how I was feeling. And now I've moved on. So I'm not saying you have to just be positive all the time, but really, really pay attention to how you're talking. And we all know those people when we've been around them. And it's like every single thing out of their mouth is negative, and you just are like, oh, please stop. Like you don't even want to be around them. Don't be that person. Okay, so if you're struggling with feeling blue and you're struggling with feeling down, journal, write about it, talk to a friend about it, and really try and get yourself out of that negative energy. What is it that you need to do to yourself? Do you need to go for a walk, have a bath, talk to a friend, get some exercise, get more sleep? Pay attention though. And the last one, and I think this is really important, and it kind of ties number 6 and number 7 together. Who are you spending your time with? So one of the things that I talk about inside my classroom with my clients, particularly around food, is women have to stop commiserating about their weight together all the time. Because if you're constantly in a group of people that are commiserating about their lives and commiserating about their weight, guess what will happen? You will like jump in there and you'll constantly be commiserating and reinforcing what it is you don't want in your life. So if you're struggling with your moods right now, don't be hanging out with all your depressed girlfriends. That's not where you need to be. You need to put yourself in a place where it's positive energy, where you're really holding yourself to a higher standard. So this is one of the reasons why I have a fitness community that I'm part of, because I can be as in crappy as mood as I want, but when I walk through the doors there and there's a whole bunch of people who know me and are happy to see me and I'm happy to see them, it lifts my mood. It's a positive environment. So there's a reason that I put myself there, because I need to surround myself with that, especially this time of year. So where are you hanging out? Who are you hanging out with? What are the conversations that you're having? What do they look like? Are they positive? Will they lift you up? So there is no guarantee that all of this is going to pull you out of having the winter blues. But if you actually go through all of these steps, there are a tremendous amount of things that you can take responsibility for, and you do get to have a say in how you're feeling. And if you're still really, really struggling with the blues, make sure you go in and check with your doctor, because there are things, there are medications out there that can help you. And some people genuinely need that, just like a diabetic needs insulin. So you are uniquely your own person. I always say start with the things that you can control. Always start with the things that you can control first. See how you feel. If you start to feel better, high five. If you're still feeling in the crapper, then absolutely reach out and get more help. Might be talking to somebody, might be going to see your doctor, whatever it is for you. So I'm just going to cover the 7 points again to help pull you out of the winter blues. 1 is get more rest every night. 2 is exercise. Number 3 is eating high energy foods from the earth that are going to nourish your body. Number 4 is getting more water. Stay hydrated, please. Number 5 is sunshine, whether it being outside whenever the sun comes out or getting yourself one of those sad lights so that you can, get some light on you. And it has to be a proper sad light. Focusing on the positive versus the negative. Try and stay in that glass half full place as opposed to, constantly feeding the negative thoughts. And really check in with who you're spending time with. Where do you need to put yourself so that you're surrounded by positive energy so that it can help to lift you up? So I really hope this was helpful. If it was, by all means, please share it. I just want to go back and make sure I didn't miss anything in the comments. Yes, Yvonne, I will be coming to Florida in 15 days now. I have a retreat there, so I'm very much looking forward to it. And I'm so glad that you were Googling it, and see, there I appeared. That's what it's like. It's serendipitous. The teacher always shows up when you're ready to learn. If we just pay attention, the universe is always bringing us the messages that we need. So I hope that your day is cheery. I hope that I'm one of those bright lights in your day. If you're hopping onto my lives, that you always get something that lifts you up, motivates you, inspires you to live your absolute best life. That is what I'm here for. I really think that women deserve to feel peaceful and free in their bodies and with their relationship with food. So, on that note, I'm going to get off of Facebook for a little while and do some self-care practices for me, have some water, and enjoy the rest of my day. Even with the rain coming down outside, I'm going to sit in front of my light and pretend like it's the summertime. All right? You are so welcome, Tracy. Nice to see you. Okay, everybody, have a great day, and I will be back later in the week. What I'm planning on doing in the future is scheduling probably 2 or 3 days a week where I'll hop on live at the same time. So then it kind of gets to be a regular thing where you guys just know this is when Lisa's going to be showing up, and you can just show up, because it's way more fun when I have people on live with me as opposed to me just talking to myself. I don't want to just talk to myself. So have a wonderful day, guys. Wherever you are in the world, take really good care of you because you deserve to.